Hello, ladies and gentlemen, viewers and subscribers all over the world. Good morning. This day, being the 17th day of November in the year 2022, I come again with a blockbusting broadcast this early Thursday morning, for my people to know what is happening and how we are going to avert the crisis ahead of us. Before I go and get into the business of the day, please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, I want you to do that ASAP. Turn on the notification button. Be the first to be notified each time there is something new on my platform. Please share this content, subscribe, and also comment in all that I'm posting, at least to support this moving trend. Without not taking much of your time, please, let's go straight into the business of the day. Biafra referendum, be the hero from India. That is what IPOB is telling the new UK Prime Minister. Outrage as soldiers storm Benin market to seize military outfits. That can only happen in Lagos. Delta, mob storms a court, set prisoners in police custody free. That is that is a Black Wednesday for Nigeria. 2023, this is where we stand. Again, Wike gives PDP condition to support Atiku Abubakar. No need to campaign in Rivers State. Wike tells Oshomole. Oshomole want to capitalize on the crisis of the PDP to campaign. And you know Wike very well. Wike don't take nonsense. That he called you to come and commission project does not give you the room to begin to campaign in Rivers State and the rest of them. So please, without not taking much of your time, let's go straight into the deal of the day. Let's start with Biafran news before we can look into other news that concerns us, that we are going to extract some wisdom and learning from it. Dear UK Prime Minister, this is a letter to the new UK Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak. How are you doing? I have no office. That is Biafran and the IPOB writing the letter. By the grace, providence, hard work, and faith, you found yourself at number 10 Downing Street as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom and the 5th conservative leader and the Prime Minister in 7 years and the second most powerful man in the world. By this position, you are expected to use your good office both as a Prime Minister and as a prominent voice in the wars to always call and work for justice and deliver equity and fairness across the world to every people, no matter the color and race, without discrimination. Who knows why the Almighty Creator of the whole universe determined that you occupy that position in a time like this in this world, a man from a lineage of a people that suffer most of the British colonial horror and the atrocities. Now, let me bring to your notice the case of Biafra and the agitation of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, led by Mazi Okechukwu Nnamdi Kanu. Like you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a Biafran of the Igbo tribe and also a British citizen. He was born in September 1967, few months after the British government under Queen Elizabeth II and Harold Wilson as the Prime Minister sponsored the genocide war using the Nigerian military government under the General Yakubu Gowon to flush out the Biafran nation, but it didn't work out. Over 3 million people died when they bombed majorly civilian populated areas and using air, land, and sea blockade to cause the starving to death of over 3 million women and children. The genocide war ended in 1970, forcing the people of Biafra who left Nigeria to nurse their wounds and injuries in a new country back to Nigeria against their wish. They lied to our forefathers about what they called the 3Rs: rehabilitation, reconciliation, and reconstruction, which we never saw to date. Rather than the 3Rs, we have seen deep marginalization, killings, and humiliation in the past 50 years in Nigeria. Seeing the suffering of these people and the deplorable state of country called Nigeria, which has drifted off into a failed and irredeemable state, considering the high level of corruption, terrorism, and tribalism, which has eaten deeply into the bones and marrow of Nigeria, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu thought of a better future for his Biafran people, who are Republicans and Democrats and majority of Judeo-Christian and indigenous traditional worshippers and their unborn generations compared to the feudal and Islamic system of the Hausa and Fulani North and the monarchical system of a Yoruba West as not being compatible, as we don't share the same value system and religious beliefs. Our best choice is to form a country of our own where people of the same value system can easily cohabit freely and peacefully, and that is what we are asking these people to give us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB for over a decade have maintained a peaceful agitation, organizing peaceful protests and rallies across the globe and calling for a referendum despite unwarranted provocations, killings, and the imprisonment by the Nigerian security forces. Last year, 2021, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the IPOB, traveled to Kenya on a private visit with a British traveling passport, and he was kidnapped by the Nigerian security operatives who were trailing him. He was tortured and humiliated and would later extraordinarily renditioned to Nigeria against his wish and was rendered locked up in the dungeon of the DSS facilities despite a court order that had been discharged and acquitted him. The British government failed to protect the rights of their citizens and abandoned him even though the Nigerian government have broken all international laws and treaties as they illegally brought him to Nigeria without going through any extradition proceedings. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB are only asking for a referendum that has so that the people of Biafra can determine their future in Nigeria, just as it was granted to the Scottish people in 18 September 2014. And the June 2020 and the June 23, 2016 Brexit referendum to leave the European Union. Mr. Prime Minister, you will become the greatest of all if you can revisit the artificial borders forcefully created by the British, especially in Nigeria, which they did without the consultation or knowledge of the indigenous people, but only consider their selfish economic gains. You can be the apology, reconciliation, and reparation. The Biafran people have long waited for the British government for decades. The people of Biafra are calling for a referendum and we look up to you as a man whose race, India, suffered with yours in the hands of colonial British people. Lend your voice to the freedom and be the hero of the world. That is what we brought to your table this early morning, this today being the 17th day of November in the year 2022. So Mr. Ishak Sunak, this is what Biafrans are telling you, and we want you to look deeply into this matter because it has been eaten deep into the minds and hearts of all the Biafrans of the inhuman treatment we are receiving from the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, whereby they elected them the inferiors to lead the people with intellectuals because of the rigging that the UK have started in Nigeria in the years to come. So we are appealing to your office, if you can do better, if they have not bribed you or if they have not compromised your mindset. It is high time the British intervene in the issue concerns Nigeria and the Biafran agitation. So I am advising you, or I am urging you as the new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, do the needful so that these people that have been crying in so many decades back, that they will regain their freedom from the so-called slave masters. And that is why this letter has been written to you in all ramifications, that you have to lend your voice. If not for anything, free your citizen which is in the custody or in the dungeon of the DSS since 2021. So my great Prime Minister of England or UK or whatever they may call it, this is the high time for you to act as a man, as somebody who's from the lineage of the most people who suffered the way Biafrans are suffering in the hands of their colonial masters or slave masters. So we leave this to you to decide, and also let us know if you are capable of doing it, or you will join the league of those who have been bribed, who have sold their soul to the devil, who have always considered their selfish interests other than the interests of the masses, who they keep molesting, that died on daily basis in the zoo called Nigeria. So let us move straight into another news of this morning, my great people of Biafra, the listeners and those ones who know what I'm doing. Outrage as soldiers storm Benin market to seize military outfits. There was panic and outrage at the second thrift market in Benin City, Edo State, on Tuesday, following the invasion of the business area by soldiers. Okute News learned that the soldiers invade the market to seize military outfits, popularly known as camouflage, being sold by the trader. That is what all these so-called bandits, sometimes they went to the market, they bought it, and they wear it on the highway. When you saw them, you keep on thinking, oh, yeah, they safe hands. And you won't even know that these people are intruders. You won't even know that they are blood-sucking demons. You won't even know that they are bandit terrorists, and they show up, and the rest of them wearing camouflage because it's being sold in the market. That is why you see even police uniforms are being sold in the market. So tell me how our security operatives will work, or tell me how our freedoms and the safety is guaranteed, knowing fully well that all these outfits are being sold in the market, whereby anyone can enter the market at any time and purchase it. Yeah, because if I'm on the highway driving and I see military people, okay, let's say people in a camouflage, and they carry guns, what do I need to do? I will say, oh, I'm in a safe hand, and they will flag you down. When you stop, what happens next is what you cannot tell. Either they shoot you, or they rob you, or they kidnap you into the bush. So I am supporting this motion. Let them curb almost all the home markets in in Nigeria or any part that this is mostly being used, so that whenever people who are traveling on the highway see military, they know that yes, this is really military people that we are dealing with. So kudos to this movement. In a viral video, the military officers who comprise male and female soldiers we are seen inspecting wares displayed by the thrift sellers at the market. Some traders and passerby were seen discussing the presence of the soldiers at the market, while others were unbothered about the invasion of the military personnel. Another APC chieftain dies on campaign flag off day. This one has been used as a sacrifice or as a scapegoat. Another chieftain of All Progressive Congress APC in Lagos, Chief Julian Odupola Awodogan, popularly known as Iya Oniyans, is dead. Iya Oniyan who was in her 70s, died at the Lagos University Hospital Loot on Tuesday, which was the same day the APC held their campaign flag off in Jos. Her death came before an APC chieftain and a lawmaker at the Lagos House of Assembly, Soba Olawale, slumped and died in Jos, Plateau State. Sacrifices. She was reportedly battling an undisclosed ailment before her demise, according to her son, Honorable Neo Awodogan, who announced the sad news. She was said to have gone to the hospital after her condition became critical, and she died at the Loot. The deceased has been taken to the morgue. Her son is the supervisory councillor of Ojuoye Local Government Council Development Area in Bushi. The late Oniyan controlled a women's group that normally drum campaigns for the APC during the election period in Lagos through dancing and grassroots mobilization. She was given the nickname Oniyan because she was a pounded yam merchant and used to supply the State House Lagos pounded yam during the administration of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So my good people of Biafra, the listeners and my subscribers, this is all you need to know about the outrage that soldiers stormed Benin Market and other markets in the Middle Belt area, where this act of using camouflage is rampant, and it's just as ordinary as we go into the market to buy ordinary clothes, because hoodlums have known that all these attires are being sold in the market. So they go they don't even need to go there. They will just find somebody and give them a small money to go and get all these things for them, including the shoes. So Nigerian society, the security forces or security personnel should devise other means of tackling this very particular issue, so that it won't escalate to another different thing. Delta, mob storms court, set prisoners in police custody free. What could be the cause? A mob have overpowered some police officers at the Magistrate Court 1 in Ogwashuku and Ocha South Local Government Area, Delta State, and free some suspects. The incident, which led to a man hung by the police, has created unrest in the Ogwashuku village. Informants told the nation that trouble began when 3 suspects in the neighborhood named as Elu Nwolise, Azoka Obata, Ifechukwu Ikwenji, and Osim Okelwe were arrested for allegedly attacking the vigilante members at Ogwashuku. The suspects were taken to court by SCID officials and were later granted bail but could not meet the conditions of the bail. It was gathered that the court officials moved to take the suspects into prison custody pending the perfection of documentation and verification of the sorties. This action made the mob to attack the 2 police officers and free the suspects who were in handcuffs. It was later gathered that the mob assaulted the police officers, tearing their uniforms to shreds. Delta Police Command spokesperson DSP Bright Edafe confirmed the incident. He said Air Force were on to arrest the fleeing suspect and their collaborators. Women stabbed by husband rescued in Yobe State. An aged woman identified as Sadia has been rescued from an excruciating condition after her husband detained her in the house for 1 year without food in Nguru town, Yobe State. Okute News gathered that the victim, who hails from Kano State with 4 children, was rescued last week from the impoverished condition by her biological mother, Hadiza. A source who spoke with Daily Trust revealed that the mother of the victim traveled to see her daughter when she felt uncomfortable with her voice during a phone conversation. Sadly, Hadiza met her daughter in a near-death situation as she could not walk due to hunger and other ailments. The husband of the victim is identified as Ibrahim Yanusa Bature and is said to be the cousin of the former Director General of NEMA, Mustafa Yusuf Mehaji, and Nigeria's ambassador to Kenya, Yusufu Yanusa. The source said the victim's mother revealed that she traveled to Nguru from Kano to see her daughter when she felt uncomfortable with her voice on the phone, but only to meet her in a near-death situation as she cannot even walk due to hunger and other ailments. The woman was stabbed by her husband, who alleged that his family members are trying to harm her if she eats food. He only provides kunu, a local drink, to her whenever she demands for food, and has prevented people from gaining access to her room. Sadia was reportedly rushed to Aminu Kano Teaching Hospital, Kano, where she is currently receiving treatment, with her mother demanding justice and also calling on the Yobe State Governor Maimala Buni to intervene on the situation. So that is all you need to know about the mob that intercepted policemen and free prisoners, with reasons best known to them. But in other words, we are still proceeding to know exactly how and what happens. You will have that in my next video as we all proceed with the struggle of making Nigeria and Biafra land a better place for each and every one of us. 2023, this is where we stand. Again, Wike gives PDP condition to support Atiku. The governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, has insisted that he and his loyalists have not changed their minds about their refusal to support the 2023 ambition of the People's Democratic Party, PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. Wike insisted that except Iyorchia Ayu resigns as the PDP national chairman and is replaced by a southerner, Atiku and the party are on their own regarding the 2023 presidency. Okute News reports the Rivers governor made this submission on Wednesday during the commissioning of a flyover at Rumopurikon, Obiakpo local government area of Port Harcourt, Rivers State, which was done by former national chairman of All Progressive Congress APC Adams Oshomole. According to him, their demand is about upholding the principles of equity, justice, and fairness, adding that there can't be any reconciliation unless their demand is met. Wike added that Some people may see him as an enemy of PDP, but that is not the case, as he is only fighting for what is right. He said, people will praise you, but the day you say no, they will oppose you. I am sure of those of them in my party before they cannot say anything without mentioning Wike, but now, because I said, let the right thing be done, I have now become an enemy. These are people who are praising me for everything I have done for the party. And some people believe they won't obey an agreement, but we say it must be done. We stand for equity, justice, and fairness. That is what the G5 will continue to preach. We have said we are not against reconciliation, but it must be based on equity, fairness, and justice in the party. A united Nigeria, a divided will fall. The Rivers governor further emphasized the need to have a Nigeria that everyone can be proud of, regardless of religion, ethnicity, or other factors. He added that nobody should be a second-class citizen in his or her own country. According to him, what we require in this country today is united Nigeria. It is how all of us can see ourselves as one and how we can see ourselves as our brothers' keepers. We need a Nigeria that all of us can be proud of, that I will know that truly I am not a second-class citizen, that the same thing, that the same right you have is the same right I have. The same opportunity you have is the same opportunity that I have. No need of saying if you are not from this place, people will not vote for you. We don't want that. We want a Nigeria that everybody can say, indeed, this is the Nigeria we are looking for. For us all, we are looking for is how Nigeria will progress and how people will have food on their tables. It is not about ethnicity, it's about religion, and it is not about religion, it is not about party, it's about how Nigeria will progress. That is where we stand. And I stand with you, Wike, but the area that I'm still doubting is that if they have given you this vice presidential candidate, I'm not sure that you'll be raising all these doors. But whichever way, there must be something that will trigger something. So let it be that they have used the primary and the choosing of Okowa as a articles running mate to trigger this very action. Because if they have appointed you, I think we will not know that this is the right thing that the PDP or whatever they call them that they're supposed to do. Yes, they have to play the politics of inclusiveness, fairness, equity, and justice, not channeling almost all the whole important offices in PDP to one particular region of the country. That means other regions are nonsense. Yet you are using other regions' funds to sponsor your campaign and other things that the party is doing. Can't you see that this world is not balanced? It is not balanced, and they don't do things well. So Wike, I stand with you if you can ever stand with yourself and maintain this stand until the last day. The Rivers people will bargain. Wike emphasized the people of Rivers State will only vote for those who will protect their interests, emphasizing that the days of free votes are over. He said, like I said, politics is now a matter of interest. You must tell me what the interest of Rivers State is. If my state will not benefit, I will not join you. I will not join anybody who doesn't want my state to benefit. I will not support anybody who doesn't support my state. For us, if you hate us, we hate you. If you like us, we will like you in return. We need leaders with integrity. The Rivers State governor went on to advocate for leaders and politicians with integrity, saying those without integrity have nothing to offer to Nigerians. And I quite agree with you. You are right, my brother Wike. He said he is someone that does whatever he says, and if for any reason he won't be able to fulfill his promise, then he makes it known to those he promised. What is important about leadership is integrity. If you have lost your integrity, there is nothing you can offer again. That is the problem we have in this country. Politicians will stand up and make a statement, and then people are watching you to fulfill that statement. And then you don't. Nigerians will say that is how politicians behave. I don't agree to that. Individuals can behave that way, but I won't behave that way according to Wike. If I say something today, I will make sure I do it. If there is any reason why I won't do it, I will come back to you and let you know the reason. If you want to lead the people, you must be led by example. People should stop thinking that blackmailing people will help anybody. It will rather damage your case more. Nobody can intimidate us and nobody can tell us what to do. Nobody can choose my friends for me. I choose myself, my friends myself. Said by Governor Wike of Rivers State. So my good people of Biafra, you have heard it from the horse's mouth. Why? And he keep crying and shouting that you people have to do the needful. Otherwise, we are not going to support you. That is what Wike is talking. And that is what it is all about. So, Wike at the same hand have warned Osomole no need to campaign in Rivers State. Wike tells Adams Osomole. The governor of Rivers State, Wike, on Wednesday declared that there is no need for all Progressive Congress APC to campaign in Rivers State. He argued that even President Muhammadu Buhari had recognized his good work in the state and giving him an award for infrastructural development, which he would use to campaign. Wike also stated that retaliating for a bad action is part of politics and should be done without hesitation. According to the governor, the admonition not to retaliate when someone does a bad thing to you is a religious statement and does not apply in politics. Wike observed that if you don't retaliate, you don't know whether you will survive the next one. Hence, the need to take immediate actions. The governor said this on Wednesday in Rivers when he played host to the former national chairman of the APC, Adams Osomole, who was in the state to commission a flyover project. He said, the Bible says, when someone does you bad, you shouldn't retaliate, but in politics, when someone does you badly, you retaliate, because if you don't retaliate, you don't know whether you will survive the next one. Politics is not a religion at all. If not, that we affirm your party needed this state badly. Rivers State is a no-go area to APC, according to Wike to Adams Osomole. Wike said APC should surrender in Rivers State as there is nothing they will use to campaign against him to get the votes of the people. Your president has given us an award as the best in infrastructure, so I don't know again what you will use to campaign in the state again, because I am carrying the certificate everywhere I am going to. So you people should surrender. There is no need for campaigning in Rivers State. That is what Wike told Adams Osomole, who came instead of commissioning the program they called him. He started campaigning for his state. Yeah, started campaigning for his state. Is that what you are being called for? That is the problem we are having in this country called Nigeria. Everybody's interest is for their party, not even for the masses. They keep on campaigning for their party each time, any day, without not even asking if these people you are saying all this, are they agree with your party? Are they in a good time with your party? Can you openly come out and tell us, yes, people support APC, which I doubt not. They cannot, and in any way, not now, not ever, that APC have damaged the economy of the country, infrastructure, inflation, unemployment, and the rest of them. I mean, everything you can think of that is against or that is bad, the APC government have done all to Nigerians. Imagine the exchange rates as of today. We are talking about $1 equivalent to 840 or 850 naira in the black market. Because that is not the official price at the bank rate. So my good people of Biafra, the lovers of freedom and the lovers of mankind, those ones who love what I'm doing, those ones who keep on sharing me through their comments, through their subscribing, liking, and also sharing my content, I say may the Almighty Chukwuka bless each and every one of us as we proceed with other business we have on daily basis. So until I come your way again, I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk from my own Daily Talk corner, where truth is the order of the day, where we speak to you the undiluted truth that you need to know about things of life, about Nigerian politics, about the hooligans who fool our government's house without no remorse, who have held this country in hostage for decades. May the good Lord bless each and every one of us. Until I come your way again, I still remain your brother, your sister, and that your friend. Bye for now. I'm signing out.